Hello, this is Sully Taylor with the League of Women Voters of Portland, and you are watching the Video Voters Guide or listening to our podcast. We are here today to talk with candidates running in the May 19th, 2026 primary election. We are grateful for the support of the Carol and Velma Sailing Foundation, the Weiss Foundation, the Sarah Fruing Foundation, members of the League of Women Voters of Portland, and our media partner, Metro East Community Media. With me is Heidi Brown. She is running for Oregon Circuit Court, 4th Circuit, position 14. Thank you very much, Ms. Brown, for being with us today. Ms. Brown, thank you and welcome to the interview.
Thank you, Sully. Nice to be here.
So if you wouldn't mind starting, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you were running for this office.
Thank you. Yeah, so my name is Heidi Brown, and I'm running for this office really because I'm deeply committed to helping people navigate some of the most emotionally challenging moments in their lives. And this position is a family court position, and that is really a lot of what family law judges do. I bring over 30 years of experience representing clients, including in family law cases. And I really know firsthand how crucial it is for judges to treat people fairly and compassionately. I have a background in family, juvenile, and criminal law, and I feel like that gives me unmatched experience and really has prepared me to immediately take the bench and make legally sound and thoughtful decisions. I practiced family law, domestic relations for nearly 10 years, helping people through divorce, custody, support matters, and other similar types of issues. And I really understand kind of the profound impact that court decisions have on families as a result of that work. I also spent over a decade as a public defender, including 4 years in juvenile court representing parents and children in abuse, neglect, and delinquency cases. And these experiences really gave me the knowledge essential for making not only well-reasoned decisions, but also bringing care and understanding the impacts these decisions can make on children and families. And then lastly, I work currently as a chief deputy city attorney for Portland, where I advise on complex legal and civic issues, including sanctuary city and equity matters, working closely with elected leaders and community members. Through this work, I've really interacted with different people from differing viewpoints, helping craft lawful solutions. And that work has, in addition to my public defender work, really deepened my understanding of the responsibility of exercising authority of that sort thoughtfully and equitably. And I think that that's something I could bring to this, and it would really give me a lot of purpose to be able to bring that to the bench.
Thank you. Ms. Brown, position 14 has been designated as a courtroom to handle the family law docket, as opposed to general civil and criminal cases. Describe what the most significant considerations would be for you as a judge in custody cases.
So Oregon child custody cases are decided based on the law requires us to consider the best interests of the child. So that's what the court is going to consider. And some of the things the court will focus on are emotional ties the children have, primary caretaking roles that one parent might have. And to me, something very important is the willingness of parents to foster a relationship with the other parent. And so that's something that I think is probably one of the most important considerations that I've seen from my years in family law.
Thank you. You are listening to the Video Voters Guide interview and podcast of Heidi Brown, who is running for Oregon Circuit Court, 4th Circuit, position 14. Another question is, what would be the most significant considerations for you as a judge in dealing with self-represented litigants?
I think helping people understand the law and approaching cases in the way that I've seen, for example, Judge Nan Waller do, which is to listen carefully and treat people with dignity and compassion, and then applying the law fairly. And what I've seen for self-represented litigants is when they leave the courtroom feeling the system was fair and that then they really feel there's justice, even when they don't get what they hope for. Having represented folks when I was a public defender, I really had to be able to explain legal issues to people in ways that they could understand. And that's something I think is really important for self-represented litigants as well.
Thank you. What would be the most significant considerations for you as a judge in dealing with child witnesses?
I think spending a little time introducing myself and asking questions so the child will feel more comfortable testifying, and then also ensuring they were testifying because they really wanted to do so, not because a parent wanted them to.
Mm. And what would be the most significant considerations for you as a judge in deciding issues of alimony and support?
For spousal support, we really aim at the courts generally, and the law aims at balancing financially needs, maintaining as close as you can a similar standard of living, and you consider the marriage, the duration of the marriage, the age and the health of parents, financial needs, et cetera. And for child support, you're really looking at maintaining the lifestyle of the child in the same way to the extent possible that it was when the parents were together. So those are the same things that I would want to consider if elected.
Thank you. And what would be the most significant considerations for you as a judge in guardianship and conservatorship cases?
So guardianship and conservatorship really take away some rights of an individual. And so in those instances, I think it's important to act very carefully and thoughtfully and really listen to the evidence, ensure that that's where you need to go.
Thank you. And a final question would be, what would be the most significant considerations for you as a judge in administering parenting plans?
I think the impact on the children. I think that that when you're looking at parenting plans, you really need to see how the children are impacted. Obviously, it's very important that parents have time with their children, that they are able to maintain positive relationships with each other. Part of it is what we were talking about earlier, those considerations of how each parent is supporting or undermining the other parent. And all those things really factor into, I think, a decision about a parenting plan for children. And I think this is really a critical thing for a family law judge to consider, ensuring that you're being fair, that you're really being thoughtful about how you're listening to each person, and then looking at what is in the best interest of the child. And so I feel like my years doing family law and representing parents in different instances would really help me be able to bring those considerations to the forefront in making those kinds of decisions.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. This concludes our video voters guide and podcast interview of the League of Women Voters of Portland of Heidi Brown, who is running for Oregon Circuit Court 4th Circuit, position 14. Election day is Tuesday, May 19th. To find additional election resources, including online identifications of other candidates and ballot measures on which you may be able to vote, please visit the League of Women Voters of Portland's website, lwvpdx.org, and vote411.org, and then exercise your right to vote. Ballots will be mailed out starting on April 30th. For your vote to be eligible to be counted, your ballot must be received by the Multnomah County Elections Division or in one of the designated ballot drop boxes in Multnomah County no later than 8 p.m. on Election Day. We strongly recommend that if you are depositing your ballot with the United States Postal Service, you do so no later than Tuesday, May 12th, 1 week before Election Day. Your voice and your vote matter. Thank you for your interest.